Tolkien talked about, I'm always interested in them talking about their creative process, which I would love suggestions on. I mean, sure you wrote about that in your books too, but even just like their own writings on it. What are the best sources to go to? But I know that Tolkien talked about being sub-creators. Mm-hmm. Can you kind of expand on what that idea was when he talked about that?
Sure. The idea of sub-creators is most clearly articulated for Tolkien in his poem called Mythopoeia, which is a hard poem to find, but there's sometimes copies of it that float around on the internet. But he talks about the way that we make in the image of that we were made in. So we were created in relation to a creative God, a God who creates things. Mm-hmm. And so we subcreate, and that's part of the way that we participate in God's nature. And he really believed that our creativity is not just an expression of God and his creative nature, but actual participation. You know, if you think about it, when we do creative work, when we're really like so absorbed in creative work, like whether we're writing or drawing or any of the creative arts, you know how you just lose track of time? It's that kind of thing that we are really getting caught up into something that's a little bit heavenly when we are participating in that way.
Sub-creator.
I
like it. How much tobacco did these guys have to smoke to write?
Tons. They were all heavy smokers. C.S. Lewis smoked mostly cigarettes, and Tolkien mostly pipes, although they, didn't always stick with that. But yeah, they smoked a lot. They drank a lot. It's
Where
true.
they were
so are you prescribing this for creators?
As an aspect of the creative process, no, I'm merely observing a fact about them. There are ways in which we want to imitate their secrets, but that wouldn't be one of them.
She's winking at the camera right now.
So are you saying that you think that they would have been better if they hadn't smoked?
I think that's between them and God.
I'm just kidding. Do you think how far in are we? Because I have some juicier questions, but I think they'd be good for the subscriber portion.
Yeah, we can. Yeah. So what the heck is a Bandersnatch?
Oh yeah, let's get that.
Yeah, Bandersnatch is a character from Lewis Carroll's poem Jabberwocky, right? Yeah. 'Twas brillig and the slithy toves did gyre and gimble in the wabe, right? We all had to memorize that at some point.
Yeah. We did.
And so Bandersnatch is a character from that poem and is described as having as being incredibly fast and very ornery. And so an American college professor wrote a letter to C.S. Lewis trying to figure out, was there influence among the members of this group, the Inklings? And C.S. Lewis wrote back a long letter. And in that letter, he says, no one ever influenced Tolkien. You might as well try to influence a Bandersnatch. Well, this is a classic case of taking a quote out of context, because there's one sentence, no one ever influenced Tolkien, you might as well try to influence a Bandersnatch, has become kind of the bottom line in discussing influence among these authors. So I read that when I was still in high school. And, I saw that and I thought, that can't be right. These guys met twice a week for 17 years. They read their drafts out loud. They critiqued them like brutally. They had no influence on each other? That doesn't even make any sense. So I've spent, basically the decades just looking to figure out what was the nature of the influence. And I found out that I think that one of the big problems is people think influence means imitation. That Lewis was imitating Tolkien. Tolkien got his ideas and was imitating someone else. There was no imitation. That wasn't part of their thing. What they did was encourage each other, challenge one another, dream up ideas together, shape the text, not only what they were writing, but where the story was going. And they had profound influence. And so the idea of Bandersnatch is just to kind of articulate some of those different things that they offered to one another, support, help, challenge, accountability, all of those things that creatives need. If there's anything unique about the Inklings as a group, it's that they were really successful at doing all of those things together with the same group of people. So a lot of times creatives find certain people are really helpful for challenge and certain people are really helpful for encouragement, and you don't go to the same folks for all of those kinds of inputs. But what the Inklings found is that they were really, really good at helping each other get where they wanted to go. And the end result of that was not only incredible productivity, but each man kind of finding his own voice and really figuring out how to use his creativity to the full.
Yeah, there's like a brutality that comes with a friend criticizing your work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like we're pitching ideas, and you throw a headline out there, and the other guy's like, "That's really stupid." You know, okay. I wonder how much that helps. You know, does everybody need that kind of a critical voice?
Yes.
How can we find those kinds?
Yeah, we do, because I know that if I were to like eavesdrop on one of your sessions where you're doing that, if somebody says that's a really stupid idea, you're not going to roll over and play dead, are you?
No, I don't think so.
No, of course not. You're going to push back. You're going to say, no, it's not stupid. And here's why you're stupid, right? Right?
Yeah, that direct quote.
Exactly. See, I know. So, but that's where the goodness comes from. Because when someone says, I don't like that, you say, wait, let me make it better. Let me explain it to you again. Let me show you how great this idea is. And it's in that, right, that something rises up in us and the work becomes so much better because we were forced to answer the questions of somebody who sincerely wants to bring out the best in us.
Yeah, one of the most life-changing things for me was we've talked about my friend Doug TeNapel. I can't remember if you said you knew him or if you just knew of him.
I know if we have mutual friends.
Okay. So when I was just kind of a fanboy, I showed him my earlier comic work, and he completely insulted it. He said, it's trash. It looks like bad 90s image wannabe art. He didn't hold back. And nobody had ever been that honest with me. I'm
that
from a
doesn't
small
sound like
town.
Doug.
Yeah. But I kept showing him my art, and when I made my book that suddenly looked good, that just had a professionalism to it, he wrote the foreword to it. He said he loved it. You know, he said, "You've done it, Ethan. It's amazing." And his compliment had so much more weight to it because he had just been honest the whole way along. I realized the value in that, to have somebody that just is straight up with you. Every artist needs it.
Every artist needs it. And he expected better of you.
Yeah.
And that's one of the great C.S. Lewis quotes, right? That you never see quoted, which is, you know, he would read something of Tolkien's and he would say, better, Tolkien, better. Mm-hmm. That was the whole thing. Better. You can do better. I expect better of you. Right?
That's what I say to Kyle whenever we do Chick-fil-A jokes.
Yeah. There you go. So see, now you've got another way to bring out the best in each other at the B. I'm gonna see a banner on the wall. Better, Kyle.
Better, Kyle.
Better.
Yeah.
I need one too.
Yeah, we all need one.
We all need one. Oh, well, hello. Thank you so much for watching one of our videos. I'm Ethan. You may have found that out through the video you already just watched, but just in case. Like, subscribe, comment. I'm trying to think of all the things that the boss told us to say. Write, like, comment. I already did that. Bell. Click the bell. I don't know. It helps the videos. It helps us grow the channel. So please do it. We need your help. We're all in this together.